Neil Farrell is back with the Miami Dolphins, and it's a move that feels like it carries a quiet determination. Announced Tuesday, Farrell has rejoined the Dolphins practice squad, marking yet another chapter in his winding NFL journey. In a corresponding move, tight end Hayden Rucci has been let go from the practice squad, shifting the dynamics of the team's reserves yet again. Let's break this down. Farrell isn't a headline grabber, but his name is starting to become familiar in South Florida. He's been with the Dolphins before. This is his second stint on the practice squad after spending time on the active roster earlier this season. Remember when he was activated back in November? That wasn't just some random shuffle. The Dolphins saw something in him. He was brought up when the team needed depth, particularly after Cameron Good was sidelined. But like so many others in his position, Farrell faced the unforgiving churn of NFL rosters. Waived Saturday to make room for Good, who's now healthy, Farrell didn't stay unattached for long. The Dolphins clearly value his potential enough to bring him back. Farrell's time in Miami this season hasn't been flashy, 7 games played and 2 tackles recorded, but let's not dismiss what he brings to the table. His college career at LSU speaks volumes. We're talking about a guy who played in 52 games, started 21 of them, and racked up 144 tackles, 7.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 5 passes defended. That's production. And let's not overlook the fact that LSU is no small stage. If you can make an impact in the SEC, you've got something worth paying attention to. Farrell's NFL journey has been anything but linear. Originally drafted in the 4th round by the Las Vegas Raiders in 2022, he didn't stick there. Fast forward to 2023, and he's traded to the Kansas City Chiefs, where he managed to make the roster of a Super Bowl winning team. Yes, a Super Bowl team. He didn't just sit on the bench either. He played in 3 regular season games, 2 playoff games, and even contributed in Super Bowl 58 with a tackle and a pass breakup. That's experience you can't teach. So, what's next for Farrell? Well, being on the practice squad isn't glamorous. It's a grind. It's about staying ready, showing up every day, and proving you belong when the opportunity arises. Farrell's been here before, and he knows the stakes. The Dolphins' defensive line has been one of the team's strong points this season, but depth is always critical. Farrell might not be the first name fans think of when looking at the roster, but he's there, ready for his moment. As for Hayden Rucci, his departure is one of those inevitable parts of the NFL that often flies under the radar. An undrafted free agent signed in May 2024, Rucci's been on and off the practice squad throughout the year. His college career at Wisconsin was solid, but not spectacular. 36 games, 17 catches, 200 yards, and 1 touchdown. What stands out, though, is his consistency off the field. Being a 3-time academic All-Big Ten selection is no small feat, and it speaks to his work ethic and discipline. But in the cutthroat world of professional football, sometimes that's not enough to secure a spot. Looking at the Dolphins' current practice squad, it's clear the team is focused on maintaining a mix of developmental players and experienced depth. Names like Skylar Thompson, Nick Needham, and Isaiah McKenzie jump out as guys who've seen meaningful NFL action. Then you have younger players like Derek McClendon and Shaquille Brown, who are likely still finding their footing in the league. It's a balancing act, building a practice squad that can step in when injuries hit but also holds long-term potential. Baron Matos, the Dominican offensive tackle, is another intriguing name on the squad. With an exemption allowing him to remain on the practice squad, Matos represents a unique developmental opportunity for the Dolphins. The league's push to globalize the game is evident in players like him, and it'll be interesting to see if Matos can eventually make the leap to the active roster. Wide receivers Eric Ezukanma and Tarek Black bring some intrigue to the offensive side of the practice squad. Ezukanma, in particular, has shown flashes of potential that make you wonder if he could eventually carve out a role in the Dolphins' deep receiving core. Tarek Black, meanwhile, is still trying to find his place after bouncing around a bit since entering the league. Then there's Chasen Hines and Ryan Hayes, 2 offensive linemen who could prove vital as the season wears on. Injuries are always a concern on the O-line, and having guys like PHINS and Hayes ready to step in could make a significant difference if the starters go down. On defense, guys like Daquan Jackson and William Bradley King offer potential depth at linebacker, while cornerbacks Isaiah Johnson, Nick Needham, and Jason Matra provide insurance in the secondary. With injuries always looming, the practice squad's importance can't be overstated. These are the players who step in when starters go down, and their readiness can sometimes make or break a season. As the season continues, the Dolphins will likely keep tinkering with the practice squad, adding and releasing players as needs arise. Ferrell's return shows that the team values versatility and experience, even if it comes in a quieter package. The Dolphins are in a position where every roster decision matters, and bringing Ferrell back into the fold feels like a move that's more than just procedural. It's about building a roster that's ready for anything. And in the NFL, that's the name of the game.